Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet Violet VGC video. I'm your host, Jose Rocks, and today we have another episode of Journey Through VGC. The current format we are in is Regulation F. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Alright, we are back with a banger here. So it's the start of a new ranked season. This is going to be Season 3 of Regulation F. And I wanted to bring back Dondozo. So I wanted to showcase, that Dondozo can still play in this format. I honestly think that this Pokemon can play in any format. And of course, it's going to have formats where it's a lot better than it usually is in some. And it's a lot weaker in others. But I still think it'll always have a place and it'll always have like an archetype, right? So today we're going to kind of combine, the typical Dondozo archetype with Dragonite Chien-Pao. But we're going to add on Raging Bolt to Entei instead of things like maybe like Flutter Chi-Yu, right? And the idea behind this Dondozo is that with Clear Amulet, you're able to get around all the Incineroar that are in the format that want to come in and intimidate and try to parting shot Dondozo. And they're unable to do that, right? And once you get an order up off, you're able to just remove them with a Tera Blast before they can go for like the knockoff and try to knock off your Clear Amulet or parting shot you out. And at that point, while you're at +3, you're already doing so much damage, right? With Earthquake and Fairy Tera Blast, if you do have the Tera still available. So we also have, of course, like I said, the Fairy Tera. Fairy Tera is going to be really good into like things like Urshifu. So Urshifu Dark, this Dondozo set is good into both Urshifus, right? Urshifu Dark is more common. So going for the Fairy Tera just completely walls it and allows you to take, reduce damage from those Wicked Blows. And your normal typing being just water is able to resist the Surging Strike. So I like to think that this is a counter to both of those Urshifus, and just in general this team has a really good matchup into Urshifu, right, with all the priority. And so next we have Raging Bolt. So Raging Bolt is going to be an interesting set with Electric Tera and Booster Energy. This is one of the best sets in my opinion outside of the Assault Vest, just for doing pure damage. And this team is just really centralized on dealing big damage and picking up KOs and ending games as quick as possible, right? And you have a lot of big hitters. And having Raging Bolt out on the field next to like Dragonite, Chien-Pao, or Entei, or even Dondozo without Tatsugiri, just being able to threaten like a lot of damage and play the mind games of whether you're going to switch out Raging Bolt, which they think that you might not want to due to having booster energy. You can kind of play towards that to your advantage to have them target that slot when Tatsugiri comes in for like a free turn with Dondozo, right? And just a lot of mind games that you can play with this team just on how you lead. And I think that it's really fun to have Raging Bolt be able to deal so much damage with that Electric Tera Thunderbolt. Next we have Entei. So Entei is going to be pretty standard. Sorry about that. Pretty standard. It's going to be Sacred Fire E-Speed. Please note that this has the Grass Tera. So Grass Tera with Snarl is really valuable into like a lot of the bulky special type attackers that want to deal big damage to Entei. The Snarl helps you reduce the damage that they're going to be doing, and the Grass Tera helps you get around like a Mungus Spore and Redirection, and also give you some good defensive synergy when you're going up against Ogerpon Water or even Urshifu Water, right? And you're able to resist those water type attacks and any grass type attacks that come out from Ogerpon. And it's really valuable. The Assault Vest just gives this Entei so much bulk, and it plays really well alongside Raging Bolt or Chien-Pao. And the thing about this team is all 5 of the components outside of Tatsugiri can play alongside each other, and you can just swap the pieces out based on how you kind of want to lead this team. But you can literally lead any of those 5. I wouldn't recommend leading Tatsugiri unless you feel like it can outspeed your opponent's team and you want to go for like an Icy Wind play with Chien-Pao, Icy Wind, and then Stellar Tera with Chien-Pao and go for like big damage. And speaking of Chien-Pao, like it is Stellar Tera, so you're able to get the most damage out with your Ice Spinner, and Sacred Sword and Sucker Punch doing a lot more damage. And getting stabbed on that Sacred Sword allows you to pick up one of those surprise KOs on something that's really weak to fighting that they might not expect you to pick up initially. And that's kind of the idea behind the Stellar Tera. Ghost Tera is the other common Tera type on Chien-Pao, but Stellar Tera fits this team a lot more because we're trying to do as much damage as possible to clear up the field for Dondozo to be able to have like an in-game sweep or even an early game sweep with Dondozo and then clean up the end game with your Chien-Pao or Raging Bolt or Entei Dragonite in the back. Next we have Tatsugiri. The Tatsugiri is also going to be Choice Scarf with the Steel Tera and Tera Blast. This gives you a good option into like a late game Flutter Mane when traditionally you'll lose that 1v1 against Flutter Mane, but with the Steel Tera you're able to flip that matchup on his head and be able to deal super effective damage back to Flutter Mane while taking resisted damage from that fairy type damage, as well as, you know, just being able to resist other dragon type attacks or grass type attacks. Of course, Muddy Water, Icy Wind, very good coverage, spread type attack. The Icy Wind is going to help you drop the speed of opposing Pokemon, and it combos really well with Chien-Pao and Entei. If you have something that's like a middling speed tier, like an Ogerpon or Urshifu, it's really good at breaking those sashes, so you can follow up with those two, and it's really good in that respect. It's just something I thought about just now. I haven't actually led Tatsugiri and went for that play, but it's something that just came to my mind even just by going through my team, just seeing that that's kind of one of the combos that you can do. So this team literally has so many different leads that you can go with, and of course, the lead that your opponent is usually going to try to cover for the most is going to be Chien-Pao Dragonite, but you have so many other options that you can go for, especially when you lead Dondozo with Chien-Pao. Just being able to protect Dondozo turn 1 and just deal big damage with something to Chien-Pao, and then switch out Chien-Pao the following turn so Dondozo gets the boost and is able to pick up KOs a little bit easier since things are chipped down from your Chien-Pao is just very valuable in my opinion. And like I said, you can play that mind game where they don't know if Chien-Pao is going to switch out immediately or attack, and they don't really have a lot of safe plays to make. But last but not least, we have Dragonite. It's going to be pretty standard with a Choice Band, Outrage, Aqua Jet, E-Speed. Aqua Jet allows you to hit ghost types. And one combo I like to go for against like Flutter Mane on lead is to go for a Sucker Punch plus Aqua Jet and a Flutter Mane and just remove it from the field before it can deal like any good fairy damage to these two. So it's a very valuable combo. Low kick is just fighting coverage. We already have Stumping Tantrum and Earthquake on Dondozo, so I didn't feel the need to add Stumping Tantrum. So we're gonna have low kick here and just able to do consistent damage and deal damage to like King Gambit, remove it, also like Heatran and stuff like that. Any heavy things that are weak to fighting type attacks, low kick is gonna be able to deal big damage to them. So that's the idea behind that. But that's gonna be it for a team breakdown. We do have a rental code up at the top right, and then we have our PokePaste down in the description below. Let me know with a comment. Do you guys still think that Dondozo is good in this format, or if it's something else that you would like to try out with a Dondozo team, or do you think that its time has passed? Either way, you know, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications because I am posting daily Pokemon content. And let's get into these battles. All right, let's see what can we do. So we have Wolfey's team here, and how does he really deal with Dondozo? I'm not Dragon Tera though. Dragon Tera is really good for him, but my Raging Bolt is actually pretty good here. I think I really want to lead with. I mean, he's gonna bring Frogart to stop the priority, right? I think I want to go with Entei, Raging Bolt, Tatsugiri, Dondozo. I can bring Dondozo to start with Raging Bolt. Because I think he might lead Urshifu on turn 1 and try to U-turn out with. I think he's gonna lead Urshifu with Farigiraf. U-turn out and Trick Room. So 2020 Pokevision, we knew it was gonna lead this. And this threatens the Entei if I had let it. But now his Urshifu's threatened here, right? I think trying to just remove Farigiraf turn 1 is a strong play for me. I don't think he's gonna Tera for bro. Yeah. So he hard switches there. Okay. And this Tera might be a little bit too early, but I think just getting rid of Rigraff opens up the door for Raging Bolt to just be able to remove Urshifu really easily. And being able to just one-shot Urshifu clears the way for my Entei. Yeah, we should be able to get it from there. Nice. So now he does have Fake Out pressure this next turn. Oh, but he sends out Ogerpon. The Ogerpon does have Sword Stance. I think I want to Dragon Pulse it and protect Dondozo. Oh, that's a good play. I think it's a Wood Hammer to Dondozo, honestly. Oh, high horsepower. That's a good play. Alright, he does have a lot of grass damage into my Dondozo. But I just need to start chipping things down. That was a good turn turn 2 on my opponent. Because if I had just switched into Tatsugiri and went for Water Up, he would have been in a really bad spot. But he predicted that I would stay in. And this play is a little bit telegraphed here. This play kind of doesn't matter that much because my Dondozo's unaware, so we ignored the attack boost. But I wonder how much double Grassy Glider do. Oh, that's over 50. He's really frail Ogerpon. Alright, so Rillaboom might be able to KO me from there. Oh, but he went for the midway play. How many turns with Terrano left? He needs to get Rillaboom out soon. So Rillaboom's definitely gonna come out next turn. Alright, perfect. Alright, so Rillaboom's definitely gonna want to switch next turn. I kind of just want to order up this slot, honestly. If he doesn't switch Rillaboom now, that he won't have terrain. Is it double glide? Oh, he didn't go for double glide. Okay. So this is perfect because Rillaboom doesn't get Fake Out pressure back and he loses his terrain. So he can't go for glides. He is probably going to get a Wood Hammer to my Tatsugiri, but my Tatsugiri is not really the win con here. He's already Tera, right? So now we can easily just Sacred Fire, Rillaboom, and Thunderclap Urshifu. And he has no way around that since he's Scarf. So he may even, I don't know if Woodhammer without Terrain picks up the 1-hit KO of Tatsugiri, but he may get a double KO here. Just gonna Earthquake just to chip. I believe he should go for close combat. Or no, he's probably gonna go for strikes. And just use Rillaboom to try to beat Tatsugiri. He should strikes here. But conserving Raging Bolt, this gives us a win con here, right? And Rillaboom can't beat Entei. Oh, so he didn't want to give me a double switch in. Okay. That's a very strange play that you lock in the Aqua Jet. I guess you lock in the Aqua Jet so that I can't Surge and Strike. I mean, so I can't Thunderclap Urshifu, which is, that's kind of smart. Let me just Draco Urshifu here and Sacred Fire. I don't see a way he gets around that. And if you double up the Entei with Aqua Jet and High Horsepower, then Tatsugiri just KOs Urshifu. This game should be wrapped up. Let's see who was faster. Does his Rillaboom have more speed investment? Oh, he doesn't. Gotta reconnect. And that's gonna be game. So we won our first game of the season. Yeah, I really feel like Raging Bolt had a good matchup into his team. I knew that he was gonna lead the Urshifu for Rigraff. There was just no doubt in my mind that he was going to go for that. And Urshifu's threatened immensely by a 1-hit KO from the Raging Bolt. So, of course, the switch in the Rillaboom there was kind of telegraphed because he wants to resist the electric damage. But just removing Rigraff from the field just made, the gameplay a lot easier for us. And also, he didn't have Glide on the Ogerpon, so that was also fortunate for us. Because it's Swords Dance Woodhammer, not Swords Dance Glide. But that's going to be it for that battle. Let's get into the next one. Alright, so we have GG here. And they have a Muck. What is this team? Azumarill, Sinister, Comfy, Grimmsnarl, and Frostlass. So I think that Dondozo helps me deal with any shenanigans, but Sinister is difficult for Dondozo. So I definitely want to bring Entei, right? And I also have Sacred Sword on Chien-Pao to help me with any other shenanigans. So I want to lead Chien-Pao, Dondozo. Entei to help me with Sinister in the endgame, and of course Tatsugiri. Raging Bolt is good into the Azumarill, but it can also hit me for super effective damage too. But I'd rather have, Sacred Sword from Chien-Pao and Dondozo being able to ignore whatever Muck. Muck usually likes to try to set up and stall. But I don't really know what the strategy is here. I've never seen a team like this. I think I just want to get Dondozo going right now. I'm not sure what Muck wants to do here. These double fairy, that can be kind of annoying. Like Tera Fairy Muck. And then I have to Tera myself to be able to really beat it. I mean, I guess I can still Earthquake. If I do get an order up boost here, then Earthquake is doing so much damage across the board. Alright. Gobble gobble. What are we going for here? He didn't Tera, so that's already a good start. Well, the switch will happen first, so we don't know if he didn't Tera yet. So let's see. Does he Tera him up? Oh, he doesn't. Oh. I did so much damage. Oh, he's poisoning me. Is poison gas a toxic or is it lightly poison? Belly drum is fine. I mean, we ignored their attack boost, so I'm just gonna Earthquake here. They did 28 damage. I think that's toxic doesn't do that much on the first turn, but that's just like a light poisoning, the initial poisoning. So Earthquake here, get rid of Muck. That did nothing. The poison did more damage than that did. Okay. Double KO here before Muck can do anything else. So poison gas poisons both. It's kind of like the spin move that Glamora uses. Alright, so Grimmsnarl. What is Grimmsnarl? I'm just gonna Earthquake again. He has a lot of fairies though, funny enough. So I can't really just order up through. He's probably even fake out on Grim. I wouldn't be surprised if it is fake out. But yeah, Azumarill's not doing anything with Belly Drum because we just ignore the attack boost. If my opponent hasn't really played against a... Oh yeah, I knew it was fake out. If my opponent hasn't really played against a lot of... I did a little bit more than I thought it would. Is it a toxic? Like a badly poison? I'm not 100% sure. Let me know, guys, in the comment below if poison gas is a badly poison or is it just light poison. Looks like it may be toxic because it did a little bit more. But I think my opponent might have been surprised to see Aquajet do that much damage if he's not really used to going up against unaware Dondozo and probably winning his games with the Azumarill. Who's tearing? Dark. Oh, that is so cool. It's still not enough. Funny enough, Dondozo goes down, but I mean, Chien-Pao's able to hit Grimmsnarl now for super effective damage. I'm actually just gonna switch Tatsugiri into Entei because I know that he's gonna go for a Sucker Punch Interior here. And I'd rather just make him waste the last turn with Grim and then KO it. Frost Slice. Does that thing get ally switch? Let me check Showdown really quick. Because I feel like I can sense the ally switch shenanigans going on here. Oh, it doesn't get ally switch this gen. Okay. So we pretty much have a clear path here. I'm gonna switch out on the Entei and Sacred Sword. Get the KO here. Still haven't used our Tera yet either. Pretty strange team on my opponent. He is a toxic stall Nuck, but it doesn't seem like he has the evasionist type setup with Smirgle. Oh yeah, that's gonna be game. Should be Sucker Punch and Tatsugiri. Nice. 2020 Poke Vision. And we get the KO on Grimmsnarl. And it's just down the Froslash. So we pretty much just Sucker Punch and Sacred Fire. He has no way to get around that. Offensive Grimmsnarl is pretty cool though. Grimmsnarl surprisingly has a really high attack stat too. Yeah, there's no need to Tera here. This is pretty much wrapped up. Pretty interesting way to get rid of my Dondozo though, because my Dondozo really should sweep through his whole team, but with the poison and the Sucker Punch on Grimm, he had an interesting way of chipping it down. And I could have read the fake out on the turn that I could have protected there, but I didn't feel like I really needed to do it. It's obviously optimal to, based on how my opponent team built, I can tell that he had fake out on Grimm. So it's optimal to protect there just to, you know, not take that play rough damage plus the fake out chip. But in the end, we still had enough firepower to win that game. But let's get into the next one. Alright, so Preston here has Pelipper plus Archaladon, which is a pretty good combo. But he has Chandelier in the rain with Ursaluna, Fluttermane, and Goldango. So I would assume that Fluttermane is probably a Trick-on variant with either Focus Sash or like a bulky variant with Water Tera or Steel Tera. Dondozo's really good into Archaladon, especially if I Tera it. Cause I can ignore those boosts, right? He has 3 ghost types, so I really don't want to bring Dragonite here. I think I want to go Raging Bolt Chien-Pao to start, and Dondozo Tatsugiri in the back. Entei just, it doesn't really want to function in the rain, and it's not really that good because most likely Chandelier is going to be Flash Fire. It's immune to that, and we can't hit it with E-Speed either. Snarl can do a little bit of chip and reduce the special attack damage. Snarl is not too bad here, but playing in the rain with Entei with a Pelipper on this team just doesn't feel good. Yeah, this Pelipper or Archaladon. So I'm just gonna Thunderbolt and Ice Spin or Pelipper just to get rid of it. If he Draco Meteors, he Draco Meteors, but you're gonna really drop your special attack. I guess it doesn't matter since I brought Dondozo and you can just keep clicking Draco Meteor. Oh, he does get Tailwind off though. Okay, so he's not going for the removal of my Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt was still threatening a lot. You have Tailwind up, but I have a lot of priority on my team. Honestly, I can just deal as much damage as I can with these two, and then let Dondozo clean up in the end game with the Fairy Terror, so we get around the Electro Bolt, and then he can't use Draco Meteor. I'm gonna double protect next turn, stall out a turn of Tailwind. Are you speed booster? Oh. So he's making sure there's no way that Flutter Mane gets outsped. Alright, so I protect here, and then I double attack the Flutter next turn, and then he KOs something. He shouldn't be able to KO both unless he goes for a Dragon type move and then Raging Bolt. Or he may just get a double KO next turn, but then is that a Dragon type move here? It is Draco Meteor. And if you don't attack with Flutter, then honestly, this might just get the KO on Flutter. If you don't attack with Flutter, then you don't get the double KO here, and I can swap one out. Oh, I guess he read me double protecting last turn. Is it Fairy Tera? Yeah. Oh, that's still enough to KO. Raging Bolt is so good. I didn't expect it with Flutter Mane's usual special defense. It's really good special defense. I didn't expect that to KO. So he didn't even go for... I guess he expected to KO my Raging Bolt with a Fairy move. It's probably Electro Shot into Chien Power. Nice. So we keep a fully healthy Raging Bolt here. And next turn we use double protect to start out the last turn of Tail 1. Actually, I'd rather attack Ursaluna before it's able to deal a lot of damage, right? I think it's fine to just stall out Tail 1 here. Because my opponent still has to play the guessing game. Well, actually, he has to play the guessing game this turn. I think I just want to switch out into Tatsugiri right now. Tera. Order up Ursaluna. Ursaluna is my opponent's one kind here. Because Raging Bolt can't beat Ursaluna fast enough before it can KO us with ground type moves. I think you honestly should target the Dondozo slot always, but it's a slight chance that I don't double protect and attack with Raging Bolt, so he may still target the Raging Bolt slot. So we'll see. That's a good protect. Yeah, I could have attacked with Raging Bolt here. Been a little greedy. Does Facade into... What could he go for here? Steel type attack? How many more turns of rain is it? That's the last turn of rain. I think I just want to protect here. Let Ursaluna take a little burn chip. He does have Flash Cannon. In that case, I think I just need to straight go for Earthquakes, because I'm going to need the chip. Because I don't know if Flash Cannon plus Facade can KO Dondozo. And I think the Earthquake damage is important here. Just in case Ursaluna protects too. And even if I survive, getting off 2 Earthquakes is huge. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. defense boost don't matter because we have special attackers in the back. See, Facade might KO here. Nice. So my calc was correct on that. Alright, I mean, we gotta hit a Draco Meteor here, right? And protect. We should be faster than Ursaluna with Raging Bolt. Nice. This is KO. Beautiful. And I think you should always be attacking Raging Bolt here. Unless you have Earthquake, right? Would you Earthquake your own Earth? Oh, he read it. Okay. This is interesting. And that was contingent upon whether Dragon Pulse KOs from this range. That was a really good play by my opponent. Oh, he survives with the littlest amount of health. Beautiful. Props to my opponent. I played it too safe that last turn. I should have just attacked with Tatsugiri. But I think he went for Draco Meteor plus Facade, which makes sense. If we just didn't protect that turn, we would have been in a good spot. That's why I wanted the chip down, though, but Ursaluna survived with 1 HP, so. I still think we played correct. It might have been a damage roll on the Dragon Pulse, but if we just didn't protect Raging Bolt and attacked, I think we would have been in a really good spot to win that game. But that was a fun match. Let's get into the next one. Alright, so we have a nice balanced team here with Amoonguss, Futtermane, Farigiraf, Ogerpon, Urshifu, and Incineroar. I'm pretty sure that's Urshifu Dart. He doesn't have really good answers in the Raging Bolt plus Entei. So I kind of want to lead that. And if we can remove Farigiraf, then Dragonite, Chien-Pao can sweep in the endgame. I think he has too many Dondozo answers with Amoonguss plus, you know, Fake Out and swapping with Incineroar with Knockoff and Urshifu Dart plus Ogerpon with Horn Leech. Farigiraf to set up Trick Room, Futtermane, Outspeed with like Boost Energy. All of these are really good into Dondozo, so I think this is not the game for it. Alright, so let's see what my opponent leads with. Amoonguss, Futtermane. Okay. Boost Energy Special Attack. Okay. I think Tera Electric here. Because Futtermane's threatening a lot of damage, right? Plus Sacred Fire. Unless he just protects Amoonguss, this turn should be positive for us. Special attack Futtermane though is pretty scary. Alright, so let's see how do we do this. So we do get this call right. I much rather have went for a snarl here. But being able to make sure we secure the KO on Mungus is pretty good. Oh, perfect. So this was even better. So this is just a free KO onto Mungus. We do miss Sacred Fire. But we did Tera on this, and it's super effective. I don't expect Mungus to be able to survive this. Nice. So we both Tera. He loses his Tera and hits Mungus. And now I'm free to target the Fluttermane slot next turn. So he was trying to go for a Spore play, which is respectable. Would you go for a follow me here? I don't think he wants to follow me here. I think he's gonna attack Entei. Yeah. Yeah, almost a KO. There's Moonblast. Is it a double into that slot? We should survive this on Entei. Oh, is that a crit? Oh no, okay. He just has a lot of attack investment. Good play. Alright, so my Entei is pretty much useless, and he's threatening follow me pressure here. I think I just want to double protect here. See how my opponent's thinking. Alright, so he's going for the attack. I think it's just a follow me. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy that he just went for the same play again, because that was kind of risky if he spiked his shield there. Yeah, we got turn one right, but just losing my Entei right there was really bad. Honestly, probably should have switched to the Dragonite. I believe Dragonite should pick up the KO from there. Alright, we take a little chip there. I think East Beast should still get the KO. There should be a double KO, and then we just go and see what he has in the back. This Ferrograph is in trouble. I'm targeting the Ogerpon slot because I think Ferrographer is in the back. It's going to come in on a Flutter slot. Okay, just follow me. Does Dragonite pick up the KO here? Nice. And Flutter's special attack boosting nature, so we should always outspeed. I wonder what his last is, and he didn't switch in there, so. Yeah, this game is a little bit scarier than it should be. I think I should have switched in Urshifu Dark. Oh, I think we just win then. Sucker Punch and the E-Speed should be able enough to pick up the KO here. Sucker Punch and the double E-Speed. Oh, wait. If he Wicked Blowed here? Oh. Okay, we survived. Actually, I should have clicked Sacred Sword there. That was kind of a throw. If that was enough to KO Dragonite, we would have just lost this game. That was a little bit closer than what I thought it should be. I should always be clicking Sacred Sword there, because I think you should always target Dragonite there. And Sucker Punch is 4 times resisted. It's just not doing enough damage. Of course, if I have my normal Tera on Dragonite, then you can go for Sucker Punch there because you're just trying to break a Sash. And Dragonite next to Chien-Pao with E-Speed is always going to bring Urshifu down, do enough to bring it to Sash. So I think that if he might have been Jolly there, I believe that Adamant Urshifu gets that KO on my Dragonite. But I definitely misplayed that game. 2 turns, the turn I should have switched out Entei into Dragonite to eat the Ivy Cudgel. And just that last turn, I feel like I should have just clicked Sacred Sword plus E-Speed. But we were able to win that game. That was extremely close. Like going back to the game before that, like I feel like both games I didn't play that well. I think I deserved to win that the previous game, but this one I think my opponent played well enough to win it, but I still was able to pull it out. But let's get into the next one. Alright, so we have Incineroar, Ogerpon. It's just like the team Tolo Royal run the regional with, right? So he has Gholdengo, Raging Bolt, Urshifu, and Tornadus. Does Clear Amulet Dondozo look good here? Like with Fairy Tera, like we're really good. I think Dragonite kind of goes insane here. The Gholdengo has to Tera, right? Because of threat of Sucker Punch. I think like an Incineroar Gholdengo lead is pretty scary. But I don't like Dondozo here actually, because I really want to Tera Dragonite, and he only has the Gholdengo to resist it. And if I don't want to go up against Urshifu Dark without Terraing, having Tera for my Dondozo. Urshifu Overcome. One of these can protect. No point in protecting Chien from the Urshifu. I think I just want to go after the Urshifu. Alright. So at least if he's not protecting, we get this one right. Okay. But it doesn't protect. I wonder if he's thinking about going into Incineroar on that slot. If he is, then they should be able to pick up the KO. And the reason I'm not tearing here because close combat is very threatening into my Dragonite. And I want to at least be able to survive a turn. Alright, so he plays pretty standard. He doesn't go for any switches. Alright, so Ogerpon's down, so no more redirection. So that clears the way for a Thunderclap. Alright, we do survive there. I actually don't want to Tera Dragonite here. Oh, that's a good protect. Is it another double protect? Oh, that's a good play. Oh, he went for Sucker Punch though. Alright, so you gotta Tera Tornadus here, right? If he tears in the ghost, how bad is that? I don't think you're gonna protect Urshifu here. Yeah, I had a feeling he wasn't gonna protect it here. I'm shocked that he didn't Tera Tornadus there. But Tornadus is kind of at mercy of Raging Bolt, right? We still have our Tera. And we still have double priority, unless he has priority in the back. To be honest, it's probably Gouging as his last. Oh, it's Raging Bolt. Yeah, I think I need to save my Tera on Raging Bolt. Alright, that's about 50%. That's good damage. He's really not... He's saving his Tera to see what I have in the back. Oh, Dragonite dodges a little bit. It's fine. Alright, he doubled the slot. Nice. So I could have went for a Sucker Punch. So I'm switching a Bolt here. And just E-Speed Raging Bolt. Should 2 E-Speeds KO from that range? Actually, I'm just gonna stomp in here. I think with Electric Tera on my Raging Bolt, that should be enough to help us secure this game. Alright, he finally brings out the Tera. Are you Fairy Tera on Raging Bolt? He is, okay. Speed drop is not good. Second fire would have been better there. So we always want to Tera here, Thunderclap, Tornadus. And just Sacred Fire, Raging Bolt. And that should pretty much clean this game up. If he just doesn't attack with Tornadus, then Entei gets a Sacred Fire off. And if he does attack with Tornadus, then it just goes down to Thunderclap. But his Raging Bolt shouldn't be able to beat mine because I'm Electric Tera. And they're usually with Fairy Tera, they're carrying like Assault Vest plus Snarl, Electro Web / Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse, or Draco Meteor, and Thunderclap. So we could go for a Draco, but we should be able to survive now that we Tera into Electric. Yeah, we need this attack with Tornadus, so we just remove it. Are you focused, Sash? Nope. Nice. He's really targeting down my Entei. We do survive. The second fire is off. Nice. Beautiful. So we still get the win with 3 mons left. And Raging Bolt, just literally an instant win con, keeping him in the back. And you see, my opponent had good measures to deal with Dondozo with the Urshifu Dark and the Raging Bolt with Fairy Tera, plus Tornadus to give things speed boost and Ogerpon. Dondozo would have had a tough time in this match. I think Raging Bolt is really incredible. I love Electric Tera so much. It's personally my favorite Raging Bolt set to use. I know a lot of people like the Fairy Tera with Assault Vest, but Booster Energy plus Electric Tera just does so much damage, man. Right, let's get into the next one. All right, final game of the day, and we have a Hydrapple. Wow. So this is a really cool team. So Hatterene plus Indeedee, Hydrapple, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Iron Hands, and Glacier. Very, very interesting. So I kind of want to go Entei, Chien-Pao. Having a Dark type plus being able to remove the Psychic Terrain is really good. And Dondozo, I believe, is really good in the back with Tatsugiri. I don't really want to bring Raging Bolt because it really loses to Ursaluna and Glacier under Trick Room. And Dragonite, I kind of want to save my Tera for Dondozo, if I can. So I really don't want to bring. Dragonite is good though if we move terrain. And I can E-Speed everything. Should I be bringing Dragonite? I actually like Dragonites. Nah, Dondozo's just more consistent in my opinion. Against the Trick Room stall, it just does so much damage. And once Trick Room is stalled out or doesn't get up, like just clicking like +2, +3, +4 Earthquake just does so much damage across the board. And plus we ignore Glacier's boost. I don't want to bring 2 Pokemon that Glacier can one shot. Alright, so I'm gonna go after Entei here. Alright, so at least we know he's not Rocky Helmet, which is a boon for us. Oh, okay. Interesting. So I guess he's counting on me knocking out Entei and get rid of the terrain, and then faking me out next turn and getting a Trick Room with Hatterene. But he's tearing, so that means he wasn't counting on me knocking out Entei. Yeah, he's Terrifier. Are you Belly Drum Iron Hands? Alright, so this is a really good time to get Dondozo in here. I think I just would double switch here. He's either Belly Drum or he's just gonna go for a close combat in the Entei. I actually like the way my opponent played this. You never really see a play like that where I feel like, but he didn't expect Didi to get knocked out because he Terra'd, right? So it was always gonna survive like a combination of Sacred Fire plus Ice Spinner. But what you could do is let Entei go down, know that I was going to get rid of terrain, and then next turn you fake out Chien-Pao and then get Trick Room up with Hatterene. But even that's not consistent, because if I'm like Fire Terror, Entei, Sacred Fire is going to one-shot you. But Earthquake looks so strong here. So just follow me. Is it Belly Drum? If it's Belly Drum here, this game's probably over for him. That was the right target, though. So I want to Tera here, just to get around super effective attacks from Iron Hands. Just order up. Oh, he didn't switch Entei. This is even better for me because now he can't safely switch in. +3 Earthquake is just doing too much damage across the board. Oh, is it Wild Charge? That should do maybe 40 damage. A little bit more. I am max speed on my Dondozo, so we do sacrifice a little bit of bulk to be faster. Alright, so I'm just going to Earthquake here. Should be a double KO. And if you switch thinking that I'm going to protect this turn, you're in a bad spot. And after this, it should be only 1 or 2 more turns of Trick Room, if I'm not mistaken. I could have protected here, but I want to punish a switch in. Nice, and that's a double KO. Protecting there would have instantly won me the game because I think it's 2 more turns left. But if it's 1 more turn, I think we're in a good spot. Unless he has another Trick Room user in the back. But I believe he had Ursaluna, right? Hydrapple. Okay. I don't know what that does, but I do know that you used your Tera already. He's super sweet syrup. Oh, it's only 1 more turn. Yeah, we were right to attack last turn and not protect. And I'm just gonna Tera Blast Hatterene next turn. Hydrapple on a hard Trick Room team. I used Hydrapple 2 in the last season, so if you guys want to see me try out a Hydrapple team, just check. Like I think I posted it at the end of January, so just scroll back a couple videos. I can also link it in the description below if y'all would like me to start doing that. But just scroll back a couple videos and you'll see like a Hydrapple on the thumbnail. That's the Hydrapple team that I built, and it was pretty strong actually. Alright, but we're just gonna Tera Blast this slot. +3 Tera Blast should pick up the KO. Hydrapple might protect so you can set up a Trick Room, right? Oh, but he doesn't protect either. So unless you're Focus Sash Hatterene, this game should be over. Oh, he survives though. But I still think that's game over. If he Trick Rooms here, then I can just KO Hatterene with Entei. And if he Dazzling Gleams, then we just get Entei in next to Chien-Pao. Oh, he did Dazzle. Hatterene's life forward. I'm surprised. Hatterene's usually not that bulky on the physical side. It's similar to like Fluttermane, where its physical bulk is not really good, but its special bulk is good. But it was able to take a +3 Tera Blast, which is impressive. But there's no way Hydrapple will survive on a 4-time super effective who we don't want to run. Ice Spinner, and let's just go for the 100% accurate move. E-speed there. And I don't think there's anything my opponent can do here. Yeah. Hydrapple can't one-hit KO unless it has Hydro Pump and it gets a crit and it survives Ice Spinner, but I don't expect it to. It does get access to Hydro Pump. Oh, but we just one-hit KO it. Nice. That's gonna be game, so that should get us into Master Ball tier for the season. Let's see how high we are, because we can definitely chase #1 with this team. This team feels really strong. And that is a masterclass of how you deal with hard Trick Room teams. Kind of stall them out. I do think that Ursaluna would have been a better fit than the Hydrapple, but with us having super effective damage and him having to use his Tera on Indeedee, I think we were positioned to be able to beat Ursaluna in the end game had it came to the match. But that's gonna be it for that one, and let's check and see how far we got. And there's Master Ball tier. We are ranked 2100, 2165. All right, getting into a mid-range review with this team, and this team is absolutely so fun. It feels so strong and consistent, and I feel like it has a good matchup into everything. I think it can beat pretty much every team, whether it's Side Spam, whether it's Trick Room teams, whether it's Tailwind teams, any archetype, even other Dondozo teams. I think we can beat them, and this team just feels really strong. We also have really good options into balance. And the Raging Bolt being able to just, remove a lot of the balance cores, like dealing a lot of... What balance teams like to do is like swap a lot and be able to be like really bulky. And with the amount of burst damage that this team can do with Raging Bolt and Dragonite, we're able to like really deal with those balance teams as well. So I give this team a 10 out of 10 already just to start. And we're going to try to see if we can get rank 1 with it. We did, hit the rank ladder pretty late this season because we were on day 3 that we're filming this. But we still have, it's not that many people still in Master Ball even at day 3, so we probably would jump a lot of spots if we get like a little good win streak. So we'll start to begin that in the next game, in the next video. Sorry. But if you guys like this type of content, or if you like this type of team, go ahead and leave a like for me, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, because we are posting Pokemon content almost every single day. And I will catch you guys in the next one. But, all right, deuces.